Hi everyone, welcome back to Code Eater. In today's tutorial, we are going to see lottery smart contract project. So as we have discussed in our lottery, or I will say in our Solidity tutorial, that we are going to do three projects, right? And the three projects are lottery project, second one crowdfunding project, and the third one event organization project. And in today's video, we are going to start with lottery project, where we are going to create our lottery smart contract from scratch. Okay. And what are the prerequisite of this particular video? The only prerequisite of this video is that you should know Solidity. And if you do not know Solidity programming language, then I will advise you to watch my Solidity tutorial where I have uploaded around 33 videos on Solidity programming languages. Okay, the link will be shared in the description or I will share in the I button. And before understanding how to create this lottery smart contract, let me tell you one more important thing, that we are not only going to create this smart contract from scratch, but we are also going to deploy this smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. And for the deployment, we are going to use goerli test network, we are going to use MetaMask wallet, we are going to use faucet. I know these jargons, these technical words that I'm using, you might be confused, but I'm going to cover all these things in this particular project as well. So we will create it from scratch and then we are going to deploy this on the blockchain. So let's start. So now let us understand what our lottery smart contract actually does. Okay, we need to understand the algorithm before implementing our lottery smart contract. So in our lottery smart contract, we will have two entities. First one, our manager, who will be controlling, or I will say who will be managing this whole lottery smart contract. And then we will have some players who will be participating inside, like I will say, who will be participating into this lottery. And as we know from the concept of lottery, that there are various people who are participating into lottery, and only one of those people, or I will say person, wins that particular lottery, right? So if there are 10 people, only one of them will be the winner of this lottery, right? And we are going to do the same in this lottery smart contract as well. Now, in order to participate into this lottery, this player person need to provide some amount of fees. And for assumption, like we are taking that the participation fees will be 1 ether. So if this player wants to participate into this lottery, then he need to donate, or I will say he need to send 1 ether to this lottery smart contract. And how he will call this lottery smart contract? He will call this lottery smart contract using this participate function that we are going to create. So he will call this participate function and then he will send this 1 ether to this lottery smart contract. And the second assumption that we are going to take is that in order to run this lottery, let's say this manager want to declare the result of this lottery, in that case, there must be at least 3 participants in this lottery. So if there are greater than or equal to 3 participants who have actually participated into this lottery, then only manager will be able to decide the winner. Otherwise, he won't be able to decide the winner. So let's say there are 2 more people who have participated into this lottery. Since they have also participated in this lottery, they will be also sending their ethers to this lottery smart contract. So for now, you can clearly see that this smart contract is holding 3 ethers, right? Because each of them have sent 1 ether to this contract, right? Now, once we have 3 people here, okay, so this is the only condition that we have, that the participant should be greater than or equal to 3. In that case, manager will be able to call the pick winner function that we will be creating inside this lottery smart contract. Now, once this manager will call this pick winner function, a random person will be selected from these players, and we are going to implement that function as well in this lottery smart contract. So he will call this pick winner function and a person will be randomly selected from these players. So let's say this person got selected, and once he will get selected, all the 3 ethers will get transferred to his or her account. So this is how we implement our lottery smart contract. Okay, so this is the algorithm, and now it is the time to create our lottery smart contract from scratch. Now let us start with the development of our lottery smart contract. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Now in this lottery smart contract, first we will develop all the entities that are going to participate in this lottery smart contract. So the entities that will be participating, as we have discussed, will be manager, right? Players and winner. Okay. So let me declare some state variables. First, we will have the address of the manager. Let me make it public for now. Definitely, it is up to you if you want to make it private or internal. Definitely, you can do that as well, but I'm making it public. Then we will have the address of our players. And so, as we can have many players, right? Like there can be 2 people, there can be 3 people, or there can be more than 3 people, right? So for that, we require to have a dynamic kind of array. And this dynamic kind of array will be payable in nature, because as we have discussed, right, in the payable address section, that whenever an address wants to receive or transfer ether, in that case, that address need to be payable in nature. And that's why this array will also be payable in nature, so that the players can send and receive ethers. And then we will have address of our winner, and this will also be payable in nature, because winner will be the one who will be receiving the lottery, the lottery reward, right, at the end of the day. So that's why it will be payable in nature, so it will be winner. And now during the time of deployment, I will set the manager of the contract, and for that I will create a constructor. And during the constructor only, I will have my manager address, and inside this I will put this message.sender. Now why I'm doing this? Because during deployment our constructor function will get run. We have discussed about this as well. So during deployment, this constructor function will get run, and as soon as it will run, whosoever will be deploying this smart contract, that address will get stored inside our manager address. Okay, so that's why we are having it inside a constructor. Now in order to participate into this lottery, we need a function, right? We need a function through which players can participate. And for that, we will create one more function by the name of participate. And inside this, we will have payable. Again, it will be payable in nature, because the players are going to spend some money, right? They are going to spend some money in order to participate into this lottery. So we need to make this participate function payable, so that whenever a player is participating into this lottery, they need to send some amount of ether, and this ether will get transferred to our contract balance. So let me check it actually in the starting only, whether the message.value means the ether that is sent by the players, that are actually sent by the players, is equal to 1 ether or not. So we are here taking that in order to participate into this lottery, player need to submit around 1 ether. It's up to you. If you think, okay, no, player need to have some less amount of money or more amount of money, definitely you can do that. Okay, and then we will have, okay, if this is not true, means if this particular expression is not true, in that case we will throw an error that please pay 1 ether only. Okay, like this. And if this condition is true, means if this thing evaluates to true, in that case what we will do, we will simply push the players into the players array, right? So you will see this is the players array, right? And I'm going to push the message.sender. And again, we need to make this message.sender a payable message.sender, because this message.sender is a normal address, and this normal address need to be converted into a payable address. So that's why now this message.sender will be in a position to accept and receive ether. Okay, so this will be our participate function. And in order to check, let's say if the manager want to check, like, okay, whether how much ether till now the contract has so far, like how many people have participated into this lottery. So what he can do is he can call this get balance function, and he or she, okay, not only he, manager can be anyone. So yes, get balance, public, view, then returns. So this will return the balance of our contract. So it will be in uint. And then we will make one more condition check, that manager should be the one who will be calling this particular function, not anyone. Okay. Again, this is a restriction that I want in my contract. If you think, okay, I do not want to restrict it to manager only, you can definitely give access to anyone by not having any kind of require statement. And then if this is evaluates to fall, we are going to send that you are not the manager. Okay. And then we are going to return the balance of our contract by doing address.this balance. And we have talked about all these things. If you haven't seen my Solidity tutorial, I will suggest you to visit the Solidity tutorial before watching this video. If you are, if you want to know all these things in detail, I have discussed about all these things. Now comes the part by which we are going to create a random function. Because in a lottery, we already know, right, that in a lottery, anyone can win a lottery. So there is a random kind of thing is going on, right? It is like we are randomly picking any player from this players array, right? So we need to have a random number in order to pick a random player from this players array so that we can pick him as a winner. Okay. So for that, I'm going to create one more function by the name of random. Okay. And I will make this function internal so that only like we can call this function inside this contract only. And then we will have a view. Again, this will return a random number, so uint. Now, in order to generate this random number, what I am going to do is I'm going to use ABI in code packed. Okay. And this ABI in code packed will take three things, that is block.difficulty, then block.timestamp, and then players.length. Okay, so it will take three parameters, I will say. And then after this, we will take a kcac 256 hash of this particular output. And since we want a uint kind of output, again, I will typecast it to uint. Okay. And then I will simply return this value. So if you will see here, you do not need to worry about that. What I am trying to do here with this particular ABI.encode packed, that is actually out of the scope of this course. But this syntax is actually generating a random number, that is for sure. But let me warn you about something, that you should not use this random function. Definitely I'm using it because this is a beginner level project, so I'm using it. But if you want to actually have a random number in your smart contract, in that case, I will suggest you to use a Oracle. Yeah, you should use a Oracle in order to, generate a random number. Now, what are oracles? How to use that? I will definitely make a tutorial on it. If you want me to, just comment below that, okay, we want a tutorial on Oracle as well. And definitely I will make a tutorial for you on Oracle service. Okay. But for now, for demonstration purpose, I am just using this random function. And again, you should not use this random function in your real smart contract. Okay. Because this is not a random function at all. It is just a, it is just like a temporary solution for generating our random number. Let me show you the output of this random number as well, so that you are sure what I'm trying to do. Let me make it public for now. Let us deploy this contract so that we can check till now what we have done, so that we do not have any confusion and we do not have any compilation error. Okay, so let me select, what is the issue here? Okay, I made a mistake in the, okay, it should be in code packed. Now it is good. Okay, let me select the latest version. Okay, why it is not selecting the latest version? Let me check, guys. Okay, for now it is showing me 0.8.7 only. This is strange. It should not do that. Okay, for now, okay, it is 0.8.7, but rest assured, you can also use it in 0.8.17 as well. I think there is some issue with Remix ID. Sometimes there is a bug, and I am not sure why it is showing right now only this particular version, 0.8.7. But it's okay. You can run this program in 0.8.17 as well. That will not be an issue. Okay, because I'm using the latest syntax and everything. So now let me deploy this contract just to test like till now what we have done. So now let me click on this random function. Let us check. Okay, so you can clearly see that such a huge random number it is actually generating, right? Again, if I will click on random, so you can clearly see that. So this is actually generating a random number. Okay, and that's the thing. But definitely you should not use it, right? And this is the balance. Let us check this whether it is working or not. Yes, it is working. Balance of the contract currently is 0. That's why it is returning 0. And manager is this person who has actually deployed this contract, right? So this is the constructor that we have worked on, and we will actually work on the participate as well, but not now. Let's check the winner. So if you will see, currently winner is by default 0 cross 0 0 0, because winner, like we haven't initialized the winner yet, right? Okay, so till now our contract is working correctly. Let's now create our last function, which will actually help us in picking up the winner. Okay, so function pick winner, and I will make this public. So now, first of all, I will make sure that this pick winner function can only be called by the manager of our contract. So manager should be equal to message.sender. Okay. Otherwise, we are going to throw an error that you are not the manager. Okay. Otherwise, anyone will call this pick winner function whenever they want. Another thing that we want is that we want to check the restriction part, right? As we have discussed in the algorithm as well, that the players.length means the array of this particular lottery, means the people who are going to participate into this lottery, they must be greater than equal to 3. Otherwise, we are going to throw an error that players are less than 3. Okay, now again I will create one more variable here, which will actually give us the random number, that is by calling the random function that we have created. And again, let me make it internal only. We do not want that it is accessible to the public. So okay, and now I will create one more variable, because if you will see, this random number is a very huge number, right? And we do not want this huge number. What I will do is I will find the index from this random number by doing r modulo players dot length. So what this r modulo players dot length will do, it will find the remainder, right? It will find that this modulo operation is actually used to find the remainder. Let me show you. So let me do control plus shift plus j. And here, if you will see, let's say I have a big number 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you will see that this modulo 3 is giving us a number 0, right? And in the same way, if I will do 4 modulo 3 and 3, I'm just taking 3. Okay, players dot length as 3 means 3 players have participated into this lottery. So but that's why 3. Otherwise, you can take any other number as well. So you will see that it is 1. Let me take let's say 2 modulo 3. So it is 2, and 1 modulo 3 will be 1, right? So what this modulo operation is actually doing is, this modulo operation is actually providing us with all the numbers, if you will see 0 1 2, and these 0 1 2 are actually less than 3. So this will make sure, this expression will make sure that this modulo operator will always provide us with a number, or I will say the remainder, because 3 is actually getting divided, like 3 is dividing this particular number, and the remainder is 0 in this case, 1 in this case, 2 in this case, and 1 in this case. And this modulo operation will make sure the number that we are going to get as a remainder will always be less than this particular number, okay, from which we are actually taking the modulo. So in this case 3, so 0 1 2. Again, otherwise if we have modulo as 4, so in that case the value that we will be receiving by doing the modulo will be 0 1 2 and 3. So there will be no 4. Like this will actually help us to find the index, right? Because we are taking this huge number, we are taking the modulo of this huge number. So we will have some number which will be the index of our array, of our players array. So for that only, from that actually only, we will find the winner. So we will do players, we will take index, and by this we have found the winner of this lottery. And once we will find the winner of this lottery, we will transfer this amount. Which amount? Actually the balance of our contract to our winner's address, right? If you will see, we have created this get balance function in order to fetch the balance, right? And this function can only be called by the manager, and this function can also be called by the manager only. So when manager will call this function, he will be able to call this get balance function as well, and whatever balance will be there in our contract will get transferred to the winner's address. That's why we have made this winner's address as a payable address. Okay, now once this is done, means once the transfer of our smart contract balance is done to the winner, okay, what we will do is we will again make the players array to 0. And how do we do that? We do that by this particular syntax that I am doing currently. This will initialize the players array back to 0, okay, so that we can restart our lottery. With this, we have completed our lottery smart contract. Let us quickly check it whether it is properly working or not. And yes, for sure, like I hope you have understood this pick winner function. We are simply finding the random number. We are taking the modulo operation on this random number, so that this huge number can be, so that we, by dividing this huge number, we get these smaller numbers. And from these smaller numbers, we are picking up a random index, and then we are transferring the balance, and we are making the player's length again back to 0, so that we can re-execute this lottery. Now let us check this. Let me redeploy it. Okay, so now again we have all these different functions. Let us check the manager. Winner is 0, and get balance is 0. Okay, pick winner will not work, and participate will also not work. Let us participate. So I'm selecting this address as the first participant, and he is transferring 1 ether. So now he will click on participate. So if you will see, as soon as he has participated, 1 ether is deducted from his account, and 1 ether is actually, the part of this contract balance, 1 ether. In the same way, let us pick this address, and again we will transfer 1 ether. We will participate 2 ether. So it's going good. And let's do again from different address. Let's say this address. And again we will participate. Okay, I have made actually some mistake. Okay, let me again select 1 here, and now I will click on participate. Okay, now it is done. So if you will see, we have 3 ethers in our contract balance, means 3 people have participated inside our lottery smart contract, right? Now what we will do is we will check our participant by clicking on this players array. So let me check at 0th index. So it is 0AB8, right? First index 04BA2, right? And last one is, I think, seventh one, right? 0787, right? So all these three peoples, as we are seeing on our screen, one ether has been deducted from their account and they have participated into the lottery. And we require three people at least in order to participate in the lottery, right? And we have the three people. So now we can again go back to our manager address. And now what we will do is we will simply pick the winner. And let me pick the winner. So you will see as soon as I will click on this pick winner function, 3 ether will get deducted from my contract balance and will be transferred to a random person, like any like this 3 ether will be transferred to any of these 3 accounts. Okay, and we will check it. Like currently all of these are having around 98 ethers. So after 3 ethers will be added to their account, it will be around 101 ether, right? So now let me click on pick winner. And hooray, so this transaction is successful. Now let us check this. And this person is actually the winner, right? You can clearly see that 101 ether has been 3 ether has been transferred to this account. And we can check that here as well by clicking on the winner function, but not winner variable. So here you will see that 0AB8 is the winner of this lottery. And if you will redo it, chances are very high that this will not be the person who is actually selected for this lottery. Like definitely it is a totally random thing that is happening. So he might be the one or he might not be the one. That's my point. And this is how our lottery smart contract works. And if you will recheck the array, you will see that it is again back to 0. And that's why it is throwing us an error that there is no player exists because we have reinitialized this array back to 0. Okay. So this is how our lottery smart contract works. I hope you have enjoyed this particular project. If you have any confusion, you can definitely comment below the video. I will happy to answer your query. Now it's time to deploy our smart contract on the test network. Now before deploying it on the test network, we need to understand what is a test network, right? So let us see the difference between main network and test network. So when I'm saying main network, I'm talking about the real blockchain. So when I'm saying main network, I'm talking about the Ethereum blockchain, the real Ethereum blockchain. Okay, it's the Ethereum mainnet. And when I'm saying testnet, I'm talking about a fake blockchain. Okay, it is a blockchain where you do not have to pay any kind of money. As the name simply suggests, this testnet is for testing purposes. So if we will see the use of main network, it is used for actual transactions with value. Means if you are going to deploy your smart contract or let's say send some ether on the main network, you have to pay real money. You have to buy ether from the market and then you have to use those ether in order to deploy your smart contract or send some ether to your friend. While if you are using test network, in that case, we can use test network for testing our smart contract. So if you are thinking to deploy your smart contract, if you want to test your smart contract, in that case, it is suitable first to check your smart contract on the test network because it is free of cost. It is given to you for testing purposes. And then you can finally deploy your smart contract on the main network. So it is like a testing playground. When I'm talking about main network for Ethereum blockchain, main network ID is 1. And talking about test network, every test network has its own ID. You do not need to go in details of this IDs. Okay, I'm just telling you so that you are not confused whenever you see this term network ID. Okay, so like for example, we have different kind of main network and test network. Like for main network, we have only Ethereum mainnet, the real Ethereum blockchain. And when we say testnet, we have goerli. And let's say for goerli, it's I think the network ID of goerli is 3 or 4. I'm not sure. We will see that. And there are other test network as well, like I think the name I'm not able to pronounce that name. I think it's Sperolia. I'm not sure, guys. You have to check it. So there are so many different test network as well for testing of our application. So before deploying our smart contract over the mainnet, it's a good practice to deploy and check your smart contract on the test network because your test network behaves just like your main network. The only difference is that test network does not cost you any money. It is for testing purpose. Now let me show you an example of Etherscan, which is actually our real main network, and goerli.etherscan, which is actually a network for the fake blockchain. So let me go to Etherscan first of all. So this is your Etherscan. On this Etherscan, whatever blocks you are seeing, right? All these blocks are actually real blocks. So these are the part of real blockchain. So all these transactions are actually happening on real Ethereum blockchain. And for these transactions, you need to pay some amount of fees, or I will say ether. While if we will go to our goerli, okay, let me go to our goerli ether scan. So all these blocks that you are seeing on your screen, right? All these blocks are actually fake blocks. The only purpose of these fake block is to test your smart contract, is to test your transactions. So you can clearly see that there is no difference between these two pages. The only difference is that this one, this goerli one, will not cost you any money, but this one will actually cost you some amount of money. Okay, now in order to deploy your smart contract on a test network, you need a wallet. And for our smart contract deployment process, I'm going to use MetaMask wallet, but definitely there are other wallets as well. But I'm going to use MetaMask wallet in order to deploy our smart contract on blockchain. Now, why do we need a wallet in order to deploy our smart contract on a blockchain? The reason for this is very simple. Because whenever you are deploying your smart contract on a blockchain, you are occupying some space, right? And for that space, you need to pay some amount of money because you are occupying some amount of space on the blockchain, right? You're renting blockchain. And for that only you need these wallets. These wallets actually works as your signature. Means, let's say this is your smart contract which you want to deploy on the test network, then you are going to use this MetaMask wallet in order to sign your transaction, that stating that, okay, this is a smart contract that I am actually deploying. So I'm actually signing this transaction that, okay, I am the owner of this smart contract. And for that, we need a wallet. Okay. So if you're reading from blockchain, then you do not require a wallet. But if you are actually writing on the blockchain, then you actually require a wallet to make that transaction, because you are actually changing the part of the blockchain. You are actually occupying some space on the blockchain. So you are actually changing the blockchain, right? And for that, you need to sign your transaction. It is just like whenever you are, transferring some money to some bank account, you need to provide your account number. You need to provide your PIN, right? You cannot use somebody else PIN or account number. In the same way, you need to have account and you need to have your PIN set up in this MetaMask wallet, and then you use this MetaMask wallet in order to sign these transactions. Okay. Now, if you want to install your MetaMask wallet, just visit this particular page, metamask.io. Simply, this page will appear and MetaMask wallet support will be there according to your browser. Like, I'm currently using Microsoft Edge. Reason is because I have already installed MetaMask on my Chrome browser, so I'm not using that. Otherwise, I have to uninstall it and again I have to go through the same process. So I'm using Edge browser for now. I will simply click on this download for Edge. So you will see that once I have clicked on this, I will have to click on this get button. Okay, add extension. So once it will be downloaded, we can log in into our MetaMask wallet after a sign up, definitely. And if you want to learn more about MetaMask wallet, definitely you can visit their YouTube website, YouTube channel, to know more about this MetaMask wallet. So you can see that my MetaMask wallet is installed. Okay, it is downloaded in my browser. Now I have to click on this get started button. Okay, I will click on agree, and then you will see two options. Since I'm setting up MetaMask wallet for the first time for my Edge browser, definitely in your browser as well, you are seeing the same step only. Just click on this create wallet. And now you have to type your password. So let me type my password for now, and try keep your MetaMask password confidential because it is very necessary. Otherwise, you will lose all your cryptocurrency. And just click on create. So once you will click on create, you will see this particular page. In this, you have to simply click on next for now. And then MetaMask will provide you this secret recovery phrase. Now, what is this secret recovery phrase? This is just like your private key. You can think it like your private key only. So in case you forget your password, or in case you want to log in into your MetaMask wallet, then you can use this secret recovery phrase in order to log in to your MetaMask wallet. And by mistake, if you have, disclosed this secret recovery phrase to anyone, then I will say then your MetaMask wallet is in danger. Do not do that. So in this, you can clearly see that MetaMask is actually giving us a warning. Never disclose your secret recovery phrase. Anyone with this phrase can take your Ether forever. So first thing to remember first is that do not share it. And second thing is do not forget it. Okay. So if you want to have some real cryptocurrency, then do not forget this phrase, because this will be very beneficial if in future you forget your private key or something. So just click on this. so you will see this secret recovery phrase. I'm showing you this secret recovery phrase because I'm just demonstrating you how you can use this MetaMask wallet. But in your case, if you have some real ether or cryptocurrency, do not reveal this thing. Okay, this is very, very, very crucial thing to know. Then just copy this down because we are going to use this. I will click on this next. Then I have to enter the secret recovery phrase in the same order. So let me paste my secret recovery phrase here. Online notepad. I will simply use this one. Okay, I will paste the secret recovery phrase. I will simply now go to MetaMask. Okay, so these are the options that I am seeing. So first of all, easily. Okay, so I have to just quickly select easily, then down. I'm doing this in a fast way. Okay, you can do the same like me. So now I will click on confirm. So now congratulations, my account is created. So you can see your MetaMask account. And if you remember from our blockchain tutorial, okay, so I have uploaded a 6 hours blockchain tutorial. If you haven't seen that video, you can see that. So in that video, I have told you about the externally owned account, right? So this is our externally owned account, and we need to have goerli test network here, right? Currently, you can see that I have Ethereum main network, but I need goerli test network because I want to do deployment on our goerli test network, right? So what I will do is I will simply click on this add network, and then I will go to add network manually. Now inside this, I need to fill the details in order to have my goerli test network in this network tab. Just fill out these details as you are seeing on my screen. So just fill out these details so that you can also have this goerli test network. So this is your chain ID, network ID, currency symbol, and this is your blockchain explorer. Definitely it is optional. This is also like you can have any other name, whatever you want. So it will show as a cryptocurrency here. Let me show you. Okay, so goerli ETH, right? So whatever cryptocurrency symbol you want, you can choose. Remember to have these two things exactly the same that you're seeing on my screen. Okay, these two things should not be different. Okay, and definitely whatever networking name you want, you can have it. But okay, goerli test network we are using, that's why goerli test network is fine here. Okay, now once you will do this, you will see that you will have some accounts, or you will see that you do not have any accounts. So like currently in my case, you can see that I have some accounts, right? So in this, if you will see, let me go back to show you in a better way. You will see that I have some accounts here, right? Like this. In your case, it might be 0, or you might not be seeing any account. So in that case, you have to simply click create account if you're not seeing any account. Okay, so like me, so just create an account and just type your account name. Let's say lottery. So I'm just giving it a random name, whatever name you want, you can give it to it. Okay, so now I have account, but in my account currently have no ether, right? But I need to have some ether so that I can deploy my smart contract, because deploying my smart contract will require some amount of ether. Now in order to deploy, in order to have some fake ethers, what I will do is I will simply go to goerlifaucet.com. Okay, so this goerlifaucet.com. Now once you will go to this goerlifaucet.com, just log into Alchemy. Okay, just sign up to Alchemy. Alchemy is actually API kind of a thing. We will talk about this. Okay, don't worry about it for now. We will talk about it when we will talk about Truffle and Hard Hat. But for now, what you will do is simply sign up to Alchemy, and then once you will sign up to Alchemy, you will see this send me ETH button active. Okay, like in my case, you can clearly see that I have signed up to Alchemy. That's why I'm seeing this send me ETH button. Okay, so what I will do is I will simply select my MetaMask wallet for now. I will copy my account address. So this is my account address that I have created. I will paste that account address here. I will click on send me ETH. Now it will take some amount of time so that it can transfer some amount of fake ether in your MetaMask wallet, and you can see your transaction here. So this is the transaction that is going on. It is in pending state for now. Now once this transaction will be successful, this goerli faucet will provide me with this 0.2 goerli. Okay, and we can see that. So now if you will see, my transaction is successful and I have 0.2 goerli ETH in my account. And this is how you transfer ether from this faucet. So faucet is an area, like I will say this is a place where fake ethers are available. You have to transfer fake ethers from this faucet to your MetaMask wallet. Okay, so now I have my MetaMask wallet ready with 0.2 goerli ETH, and now it's time to deploy our smart contract on goerli test network. Now in order to deploy our smart contract on goerli test network, first of all we need to go on this deploy button, and then from this environment tab we need to select injected provided MetaMask. Now, once you will click on this, you will see that your MetaMask account will get connected to this environment, and you will see your goerli test network ID 5 and network and the account that you are connected with. So let me open my MetaMask wallet. So you will see that, okay, I have to click on connect. So now this account is connected to my Remix ID. Okay. Now, when I will click on this deploy button, this smart contract will get deployed on our goerli test network. And let us see that. So let me click on deploy. So once I will click on deploy, you can see that my MetaMask account got open, and the reason is very simple, right? Because once you are deploying your smart contract on a blockchain, you need to pay some amount of ether because you are occupying some space, and you can see that we need to pay this amount of ether in order to deploy this smart contract. So I will click on this confirm button. Now we have to wait for our transaction to get confirmed, and you can see your transaction at this tab. So click on this view on ether scan. So you can clearly see that currently our transaction is pending. We need to wait for some time, and hooray. So this is our smart contract deployed on the goerli test network. Transaction is success, and you can clearly see that this smart contract is deployed from this account. Okay, and this is our contract address. So this is a good news. Congratulations, you deployed your first smart contract on a blockchain, and we can see the interface of our smart contract on Remix ID. So this is your interface, and we have worked on this interface, right? So now as well, you can also work your interface in this particular tab as well, but definitely it will take some time for transaction to get confirmed. Why? Because your test network waits just like your main network. And for Ethereum, it takes around 15 to 30 seconds for transaction to get confirmed. So if you are going to do any kind of operation here, it will take around 15 to 30 seconds. Okay, let me show you that. So let me do something. If I will click on get balance, you will see that it will not take any amount of time because these are all read only operations. As I said, read only things do not cost you any amount of money. It does not require any kind of authentication. So your MetaMask account will not get open. So let me show you. If I will click on winner, so definitely you can clearly see all these are read only functions, right? But let me call this function, this participate function, which is actually changing the ether balance of our contract, right? And actually changing this players array, right? So now when I will click on this, you will see that it will ask for MetaMask access. Okay, but definitely I cannot call this function as well. The reason is very simple, because during deployment I have taken 1 ether and I do not have that amount of money currently, right? Let me show you. So currently you can see that I have only this amount of ether. Currently I cannot call this. What I can do is I can change this value and redeploy my smart contract. Okay, but okay, I'm not going to do that for now. What I can do is I can just I cannot do anything actually. I need to make this change here so that I can show you the real part. Okay, so let me redeploy this smart contract. For now, what I will do is I will simply write, let's say for example 10 way. Okay, so this is the participation fees for our smart contract. I need to redeploy it because I cannot use the deployed smart contract, right? And why I'm doing this, so that I can show you how you can call this function when it is deployed on the test network. So I'm clicking on confirm. Let's wait for our transaction to get confirmed. So this is a lesson for you. Whenever you are testing your smart contract, and if you do not have that amount of ether that you are going to require in a smart contract, it's better to change that value or have some more ether in your wallet. So now our transaction is confirmed. Let us see the deployed smart contract. So this is the deployed smart contract address. Let me go back, and in this again we have all these functions, right? So now let me call this participate function, and you will see that as soon as I will call this participate function, our MetaMask account will get open. Okay, there is some issue. Oh, the reason is very simple, guys, because during participation I need to pay some amount of money, right? 10 way. So let me select 10 way, and now let me call this participate. So you can see that as soon as I have clicked on this participate, my MetaMask account got open. And now what I will do is I will simply click on confirm. Now let's wait, and this 10 way will get detected from our MetaMask account. Okay, let us see. So you can clearly see, right? 10 way. So this 10 way will get detected from this particular account once this is successful. Okay, so as you can see, it is taking some time for our transaction to get confirmed. 15 to 30 seconds is the limit. and sometime it can be more. We have to wait for some time. Okay, now you can clearly see after 31 seconds it got confirmed. We can go back. We can check the participants by clicking on this players array, and you will see that when I will click on this players array, it is not asking our MetaMask to get open because we are just reading some data from blockchain and it does not cost you anything. So here you can see that this is the address that actually participated into this lottery, and this lottery smart contract is deployed on the blockchain. So this is great, and you can see that 10 got detected from this account. So everything is going great, right, till now. So nice. So do check it, okay, and let me know if you have any doubts, okay. And I will want one assignment for you. Like I want to give you one assignment, that try all these functions on this test network. Okay, deploy your smart contract on this test network and try all these functions, and let me know in the comment section that you have tried it. If you have tried it, just comment down that I have tried. Okay, so I hope you have liked this video. If you have liked this video, please click on that like button, and if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel because I'm regularly going to upload new blockchain courses on this channel. Okay, this is my Instagram ID, this is my LinkedIn ID. If you want to connect with me, you can connect with me. If you have any doubts, you can message me on Instagram. I'm available there. Okay, so meet you soon in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Let me know how you like this project in the comment below.